players.
Twitch. Oh, I guess it kind of saying hello to YouTube too, huh? Hello, Twitch and YouTube.
Yes, that's
A
true.
day or
guys?
two later.
Oh, do you know what? I put my controller and my Switch in the right-hand corner so people could see it.
Oh, that's not going to be there at all. Your giant microphone's just going to be there.
Yep, I've noticed that.
You chose the
Never
wrong
mind.
side. Can you
What, hold them like that?
No, can you flip? Like in your camera settings,
Yeah.
can you just flip it
You
horizontally?
should be able to.
I could, but I
Mirror
didn't
it.
want to mirror it because if I wanted to point that way, I wanted to know that I was pointing to my left.
Welcome to
way
my
you
life.
farting tonight,
I have to point the
chocolate?
opposite directions that I want to point.
Yeah, otherwise that would completely mess my head up.
Makes sense? I usually
Actually,
point first and then have to correct it. And moose that way.
What did I do?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just talking about how when you're looking at the Twitch stream, the way I point in real life
Gotcha.
That can go.
is different than the way I'm trying to point. Really important stuff.
Yeah, always.
Always.
New window. Right, let's get the... Right, let's do that. I do like that. It's got a nice kind of... You should be on a beach vibe.
It's because of the stupid what is the
Copyright strike.
no? Well, I mean, yeah, that's the reason we're using new music. But no, what's the island instrument that you hit? It just looks like a big metal bowl.
Steel drums.
They just called steel drums.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know the ones.
Yeah, because those are
They
definitely in the song, and that makes me think of islands and beaches.
Yeah, where they just hammer different angles on it and it makes
Yeah.
like sounds.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Steel
Like,
drums.
looks like a turtle shell.
Yep, you learn something new every day.
I got you, boo.
It sounds like it's an island instrument, so I figured it would have a cool name or something, not just steel drums.
You know, they only have so many words, so. Oh,
Yeah,
look at that.
okay, fair.
What are you doing there? Well, what was that? You guys just completely distracted me from whatever the hell I was just doing.
Probably wasn't that important.
I have no idea.
What are you doing?
We'll never know.
Yeah.
He had something really important to do, and then we distracted him.
Oh.
Nah, I was just posting a link in the other Discords that I'm in to see if any friends want to come hang out.
Yep.
That
Right.
is all. I don't have show notes up. Anything important there I should know about? Oh, I should talk about games I played this week.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep, that's important. Yep.
Did you look at the link for Many Faces?
Not yet, but I'll do it while you're talking about it. That's what I usually do.
Oh, cool. And then you can help me explain it.
Yeah. Alright, what did I play? I played...
I actually prefer to just watch you struggle.
Oh, thanks.
Struggle trying to,
And trying to explain it. Trying to get my words
Exactly.
out of my head.
I think that's good enough for this week. I want to find a good racing game on the damn Switch, and I can't pull the trigger on any of them.
Mario Kart 8.
Well, duh, but that's done
CTR.
and dusted, as the bear says. I have that one on the PlayStation, or Xbox.
Oh, I forgot you didn't get that one.
That kart ride is good.
Oh, that is so bright back there.
Yeah, when you opened it, it was like a flashbang. It's just like, oh my god, I can't see. Just, yeah, I don't know. I literally don't have a solution besides throw a blanket over your curtains.
Yeah, I could put some holes in my walls for a podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure the wife would love that.
Nah, I have to fix it anyway, so.
Blow the whole wall out and then just make it outdoors as your
I can go
backdrop.
get some plywood and just drill over the windows on the inside.
That would really suit what's currently just going on in the world. Just boarding up your windows. Perfect.
Oh, gosh.
So far, we are watching.
That's
Yeah.
fine. It's only going to get hotter in this room, and the hotter it gets, the sweatier I'm going to
All
start
right,
to get.
crybaby, let's go.
Hey, okay, so not all of us can afford central air.
I'm sure you can. You just don't have to buy every video game that comes out.
I mean, I'm sure I could afford it anyways, but I don't plan on living here forever, so I don't want to give the next people that have this house the luxury of central air.
That's what I said 10 years ago. Look where I'm at.
Oh, this.
Yeah,
fucking
but
thing.
your house is probably bigger than 1,300 square feet. So
That's how big it was when we moved in.
was it really?
Yeah, we finished the basement though, so now it's like close to 2,500.
Yeah. See, like my basement, I can't really do shit. Like we have laundry down there and a treadmill.
Yeah.
But it's all
Nice.
it's not great down there.
Oh,
Not in love
my,
with
my wife wants a treadmill.
It's funny enough, we bought one like a month before all the COVID stuff started for whatever reason. So it kind of worked out not being able to go outside, and it was like winter months.
Dude,
So-
the only thing is people are getting treadmills and then mounting like a 50-inch TV like 2 feet from it.
Oh, that's what I would do.
Mine has like a tablet stand on it, so
Nice.
I just use my iPad. But
Yeah.
watching YouTube videos and stuff like that sure makes that go way faster.
Heck yeah. Or just a road.
So, gentlemen, should we get this started? Because I did want to go to bed before midnight.
I thought we started. We're
I didn't
I
recording.
can't see myself.
We're not recording in cast.
You're not wrong. All right, I feel the sweat starting. Might as well get this thing going, huh?
Right, here's the mute.
You are mute. Why are you muting yourself? You have to do an intro.
Oh, son of a bitch, yeah.
You were gonna forget.
Don't do it in your creepy voice, all right, Bear?
No creepy
I'm
voice.
trying not to.
All right, I'm gonna start cast in 3, 2, 1.
The social media is where it's at. Should we start that again? Our social medias are where it's at. Come join us at CAG Podcast. And we're on Twitter and Instagram. Risky, play that music.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 107 of Cross Atlantic Gaming. I'm your host, Risky the Kid, and joining me this week are my co-hosts, Chocolate Bear
Hello.
and Moose.
What up, what up?
What's going on, everybody? How was this fine Monday afternoon / evening / night going for everybody?
I had to work on a Monday.
That's unusual.
Yeah, very.
So you finally understand why everybody hates Mondays, or?
Yeah, but I still hate Fridays because Mondays are my Saturdays.
I'll say you're just backwards.
I-
People love Friday. You're just a crazy person.
Yeah.
My wife says I'm backwards all the time.
All
Makes
the
sense.
days are the same at the Moose household, so I'm just coming out of my second meat coma for the weekend.
How's that smoker treating you?
Dude, I should have bought it a long time ago. I suggest everybody out there and go get whatever your favorite brand of pellet smoker is, because I'm not going to do the internet battle of this one's better than that one, but the one I got works real good. So if you want to know, hit me up.
It's so weird thinking that like anything that has two options is always gonna have like rabid fan bases on the internet
yeah.
just yelling at each other about pellet smokers. Like
And
what?
the other brand's like a bad word over there, and it's like, oh, come on.
What is happening?
They all do the same thing. They make delicious food and don't get your house hot at the same time. So it's going to be our summer oven, dude.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah, I made ribs on Friday, like 6 racks, which was way too much.
Good lord.
And then I made a pulled pork. So we had ribs and pulled pork last night for Sunday dinner too. And I've kind of opened up my COVID circle a little bit to a couple close families. So I think I'm going to just start doing like a Sunday dinner at my house.
Families.
Yeah, a couple families. So I don't know. There's like maybe 10 of us, or maybe 1 or 2 over the extra people. But they're children, so they count as half people.
No,
And as
that's
long
right.
as you're not just like coughing on each other and
No, yeah, exactly. Everybody's at a safe distance. Well, kids
As safe
play
as
with
you
each
can
other,
be.
But yeah, but we're basically, this is our circle, and we don't go outside of it other than work, and so we've opened up our circle a little bit, and we are hanging out with friends a little bit, and it's gonna start doing Sunday dinners just like Dom would, right?
only if there's Coronas.
Don't drink Corona; it's piss water.
That's good. And Chocolate, you're good. Everybody's good. Everybody had a great week.
It is good. It is good.
Good.
It's been a week, that's for sure.
Sure has. All right, before we get into the show, we have a new YouTube video. This is a montage of Dan Pod clips that Chocolate threw together. It's a lot of killing.
Oh, the guy's an animal.
I think you said it last week. It's like he doesn't just get one kill. Like 3, 4, 5 have to follow directly after that.
Yeah. Now, I did edit these a number of weeks ago, so I can't remember this one that has dropped. But I think I mentioned it last week. There's one where he kills 6 people on a rooftop, and
Yeah, it
just
was
for
this
fun.
one.
Yeah, just for fun. It's disgusting with a knife.
Right?
Ah, he is a dirty.
So there's even more of them, huh? This looked like it was a
Oh,
lot of the conquest mode.
yeah,
So,
look,
which to be fair, you're gonna be a lot more likely to get a 5-piece in conquest versus Warzone, like the battle royale.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But either way, you murk some fools. Come up behind them, up a stairwell, and then they're all just sniping down from the roof, and it's just all downhill for those guys.
definitely. And I'm sure he toyed with one of them as well, didn't he? Where he kind of peeked in front of him and then headed back, and then just knifed him in the head.
Yeah,
But hey,
I think there's a couple where, or maybe it's just one where he just sneaks up on dudes and does the finisher. I can't imagine anything being more like punishing in that game to just think you're doing well, and then just it cuts into that animation with you getting like stabbed in the back and bent over and whatever other things that those finishers do. Like,
Stick a dog on you.
yeah, I mean that's one of them. Yeah, so that's out on our YouTube channel. Links for the YouTube are in the description down below. We are only 6 subs away from me just being able to say youtube.com/CAG podcast for that custom URL. So if you're not subscribed, at least go over, check out the channel, and maybe you'll like what you see and stay around.
yeah.
That's
And
right.
if you don't like what you see, let me know what you want to see, and I will play the game and I will edit something for you.
I think they want more wall shooting videos, Bear.
I've got a little bit
less
better at shooters.
people, hit more walls. Please and thank you.
Can you please shoot more walls and die?
Yeah.
I just want,
done.
I want the fail. I want the chocolate fail videos. That's
Well,
what.
I'm playing a new shooter, so that might be coming shortly.
Ooh, all right, I like it. All right. Well, this is our VIP episode. So this is the episode once a month where we take all of our patrons, we take our Twitch subscribers, we throw them in a hat, and somebody comes out the other side with a $25 gift card to wherever they like. So everyone's names are in the hopper. And a last minute addition.
I was just about to say, you're going to mention the last minute.
Somebody's Ladonian is live in the Twitch chat, which you can do as well. Twitch.tv/CrossAtlanticGaming. Sub there, get yourself entered. If you're a patron plus a Twitch sub, you get an extra, a freebie, a buy two, get one free, if you will. So, all right. Names, good. Survey
drum roll.
says... You guys have heard the name before. Chaotic.
Yeah, that boy, chaotic.
The top tier Patreon subscriber.
It's starting to pay off, buddy.
So I was going to say, the most unluckiest patron we have.
Yeah, but I think he's won like 2 out of the last 4 or 5, so it's starting to pay off.
Oh, okay.
Not
But I
bad.
think he went like a whole year without
Oh,
winning.
shit.
Bit of a chaotic drought, if you will. So yeah, shout out to you, Chaotic. Thanks to all of our other VIPs, whether you're on Patreon, you're on Twitch, wherever. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so another week in gaming. What have we all been getting into? Let's start off with Chocolate, because you've got more games that I've never heard of. Although, funny enough, I was browsing the eShop and I came across Many Faces, which is the game you've been playing, and I was like, oh, is this where he's playing it? But I'm assuming you're playing it on Xbox, though?
I'm doing it on the Xbox, yes.
Okay.
You'll, yeah, I'm having fun with this very strange platform shooter game. It's very strange. You're all I can describe as what looks like a ghost, and it's a twin stick shooter. You're moving around with your left stick, shooting with your right, and you're progressing through levels to get to the boss. When you start off, as you clear the first level, they drop a hat, so you get like a little treasure chest that drops down.
Okay.
and you get to pick up a hat which gives you a special ability. Each hat is random, so one hat may give you curved bullets, another hat may give you an extra life, or an extra heart, I should say, because this is a proper retro 80s feeling shoot 'em up.
Where you have like X amount of lives then.
Yeah, you got excellent. You've only got your 4 hearts, or your 3 hearts, I should say. Once those hearts go, that's it. You're dead. You're buried. You start all over again from the beginning.
Okay, but you can get some good RNG at the end of a round and get a
You,
life back.
yeah. So as you kill enemies, you can get hearts.
Okay.
As you kill all the enemy or clear the level, I should say, you're able to get this hat. And as I said, each hat will give you potentially a really cool weapon or invincibility for so long, or my personal favorite is the shooting of the black hole. So you will get one shot and you'll shoot your black hole into the level. All the enemies get
Just
sucked
sucks
into
them
it.
all in. That's
Oh,
amazing.
so cool.
Takes
The,
everybody out.
takes everybody out. The downside to that is once that shot goes, see you later. You go back to your original gun. I know I kind of skipped over the aesthetics of the game, so it's a very kind of 80s shooter with, I suppose I can
Yeah, it looks
describe
like
it as like an old Pac-Man esque
asteroid
graphic.
type graphics.
Yeah, it is so cool. It was enjoyable to play. I don't know whether I should say it because I'm sure he's listening to the podcast, but I was hunting a few achievements. So yeah, that game is done, dusted, and 1000G'd. So that's another one for the month
Good
that is
lord.
complete. I know.
Do you
I'm
just have a
doing
Google Doc of like easiest 1000 Gs and just tearing through them right now
possibly, maybe.
with some
I'm
help from
trying.
Rocker?
Yeah, I was gonna say Rocker's sliding him lists under the
Right.
table.
Well, Rorka sent me a few lists. I've also got kind of an account where I get free games, so I'm checking each game. I'm like, okay, how long does that take for me to finish that game off? Right, less than an hour. That's
You're a
the game I'm
monster.
streaming. I'm a disgusting, disgusting, dirty person.
I meant competitor. That's what I meant. Sorry.
So, well, all achievement hunters are competitors.
100%. I was talking to because I've obviously been playing some DayZ, and Rocker mentioned having a server of like his own, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
that's weird. I didn't know you were into it. And he was like, no, I'm not into it at all. It's a really bad game. I just have this private
agree.
server for achievements. So
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean,
oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
The dedication that achievement hunters go through and the drivel and the dross that they play is second to none. And you have to commend them and how they slog through some of the games.
I
I've
couldn't
got
do it.
Yeah, I can't. So lucky enough, every game I've played bar one has been okay. I do have another crappy game that I have to play in a couple of weeks' time that I'm not looking forward to.
Oh, good. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Oh god, you don't want to. It's god awful. I think it's only just come out as well.
What's the name of
Bad.
that segment, Moose?
Chocolate hates games.
Yeah,
Is that the one you're talking about?
100% was what I was talking about.
yeah.
So tune in a few weeks' time for Chocolate Hates Games, and where you can figure out what hot new item he's playing.
It's my
mess.
favorite segment.
The only thing I'll say about Many Faces is that it sounds like they kind of messed up the title and probably should have called it Many Hats.
Yeah, and I don't get why they've gone many faces as opposed to
When it's
some sort of
literally a
hat.
game just about hats
It's
that
gonna
give you
get-
powers.
Exactly. I miss the whole point of many faces.
I think they're
If
just trying to avoid getting sued by Mario Odyssey,
possibly, but then you could have had masks instead of hats.
right? That would make more sense. But there's
And
other
then-
games that masks give you powers, aren't there? There's got to be. I know
Can you
there are.
can you copyright putting on a hat
A hat?
that gives you powers? I don't know.
It's superpower hats.
What was the name of the one in Mario Odyssey? Cappy?
Yeah, Cappy. That's right.
It's like maybe if this game had a hat that gave you different powers and it was called Cappy, that's one thing. But as far as putting on a hat and getting a cool power, I think that's up for grabs. So,
Alright.
cool. So, whether or not you enjoyed it, you got your easy 1000 Gs, and that's really what matters, right?
Precisely. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good game for.
Good deal.
Yeah, I mean, it took me 3 days, but yeah, it was a good game.
Not too bad. All right, next up, let's go over to Moose playing some Red Dead Online. Was there something in particular that drew you to this after all this time, or what's going on? Why are we in Red Dead Online right now?
Because you're playing DayZ, and I just can't bring myself to play that game anymore.
You're such a jerk.
I know, but it's halfway the truth. I don't know. Some guys in another community, old friend, ghost named Ryan, and another guy named Toast. They have a posse in their community, and they looked like they were having a ton of fun. So I was like, yeah, I'll load it up and give it a shot. And so far, I've done a bunch of collecting. It's pretty boring, but
Well, that was my only thing. Is it even because like what are the job titles you can have? Like collector, hunter.
you can be a collector, you can be a bounty hunter.
Oh, that was what I was thinking. Bounty hunter.
You can be, I forget what they call it, but it's just like you go out and kill animals and then take them to
Isn't it?
cribs and he sells it.
Isn't it the pelt something or other?
Yeah, a trader, I think. Yeah, trader.
Okay.
So I just got my metal detector, so that should speed some things up. But literally, I'm just using one of those cheater maps on the internet.
Oh, that like tells you where all the best things are located.
No, because you have to collect all these certain items. So
Oh,
like you have to collect 8 or 9 wildflowers. You've got to collect so many different spade tarot cards and cup tarot cards and arrowheads and eggs and
Oh,
jewelry and antique like booze bottles.
so
So
is your
there's go
your
ahead.
profession is a collector then? Is that the one
Yeah.
you chose?
Well, I actually had a bunch of gold because I think I spent too much money on that game when it came out.
Most
So I bought
likely,
the
yeah.
like $100 version or whatever because I was like Rockstar game, we're gonna play this forever.
This will be
So
around for the next decade at least.
right, so I might as well buy the super bonus awesome pack that gives me all the in-game currency and all that crap. So I think I unlocked the trader, the collector, and the bounty hunter. So I just have kind of been
Okay.
oh
dabbling,
wow.
It
but
because that's the thing, like you said, how it's kind of boring or whatever. It seems like the only one of those that would be fun is the bounty hunter.
yeah, it's good. It's really similar to Sea of Thieves, I guess. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because you've got the bounties, which is your skulls. You've got the collector, which is kind of like your treasure hunter, or what do
Right.
they call it? And then you've got your merchant or whatever.
Merchanty stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same along the same lines. But then once you level up, I think it's the trader to a certain point, you can unlock the moonshiner. And then
Oh,
you can
okay.
start mixing your own whiskeys and stuff, and then you go on like supply runs and go drop off booze to people, and you got to like take your posse because that's what I did over the weekend with Ryan and Toast was we delivered a case of booze to some a bar or something, and then we spent the next 20 minutes tying Ryan up and shooting him. So
Oh my god. So nothing's changed over there, huh?
no, it's so much fun, dude.
Jesus. Uh, well, that's cool. So, is there? Because I know your biggest complaint about this, and a lot of people's, was just having to be on a horse all the time. Are you just?
Mhm.
Are you still on? Are you back on a horse for extended periods of time to do all this
Yeah,
stuff?
you can take advantage of fast travels and stuff. But
Okay.
I would basically just, as far as the collector goes, I would just go to a section on the map and just,
Hang out in one area for a
box,
while.
yeah, check them off the box or check the boxes as I collect everything, and then once that's all um, occupied, or every after I've collected everything, then I just fast travel to another area and do the same thing. So I try to be as efficient as possible. But until I got the metal detector, I'd show up looking for pieces of jewelry, and they're just buried in the ground, and there's no way to find them, even if you know exactly where they are.
Oh, like
So
so the metal detector is literally necessary to
right,
dig the stuff
and
up. Otherwise, you
yeah,
can't do anything.
exactly. And then
Okay.
there's you have to have a shovel, you have to have a metal detector, and then for the bird eggs, you have to have a varmint rifle because you have to shoot some of them out of trees.
Oh
But
wow.
you can't use too big of a rifle because obviously it'll break the eggs.
Obviously.
Dude, this game is like super in-depth sim-wise. I haven't touched like hunting or fishing or anything like that yet, but there's a daily streak tally too. Like once you go after a week, then the amount of money you get and the amount of gold you get goes up like an exponential amount.
Oh, that's
And then
cool.
it goes all the way to 28 days. So if you
Oh,
keep
dang.
your streak alive to 28 days, I think you get like 2 times the gold as you normally would or something like that.
Do you have to
And
log
so
in and beyond for a certain amount of time, or
you
are you
no,
sometimes
you've got to
literally
do
just logging in, logging out?
No, it's you've got to do one daily challenge. So sometimes
Okay.
it's like visit a town or buy something from this area. So you just find your the easiest task for the day, get that out of the way, and then you can go play something else or
That makes sense. That used to be like with Blackout with their tier skips. You
right.
just had to like get a kill.
Exactly. Participate in the game basically, and you're good.
Right. But you can literally just log in, log out, because that it's good that they have some type of safeguard to make sure people aren't
But
doing that.
yeah, there's definitely the good old Rockstar trolls in there though. I was finishing up my flowers, and I was on my last flower, and this is like the only location for like a blood flower, I think is what it's called. There's like one of two locations on the map, and so I go to it, and there's three guys just standing around it and picking it every time it respawns, and then flipping me off. Like literally,
Oh,
there's an emote that flips me off.
Can you kill them?
So, well, there's three of them and one of me.
Can
So
you go into your slow down, your slow mo cam and just
I
pop
don't
3 of them?
I don't think you can against PvP. It's all
Darn it.
the auto aim turns off and it's just all free
Oh
aim.
man.
no.
Yeah.
Are those
And
specific lobbies with auto aim turned off?
I think there are like total auto aim turned off lobbies as well, but I believe either it's not as easy or it just auto aims down to like their bottom half. So, they're headshotting you and then you're trying to shoot them in the hip and you get killed real quick.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Molotov cocktail. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, right.
Lob
I
one of those at them while they're
I-
picking flowers.
Yep.
That's cool. So as
Yeah.
far as like playing as a group, then I guess can everybody be working on the same task? I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Like if you have like a supply run to do or whatever, then you just tell everybody I'm doing it, and then you have send out an invite to join the posse, and then everybody joins up on you, and they all kind of like quick spawn to where you're at. and
Sweet.
then it
That's
gives
good.
a map to where everybody's going. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy to use, but I haven't done a ton of PvP stuff. I try to mind my own business for the most part.
Yeah. So I mean, a big part of the reason I was kind of turned off from Red Dead Online was just that I felt like it wasn't going to hold a candle or a flame to GTA Online.
Right.
So in GTA Online, in end goal, obviously they pump out end goals for you every month with like new mansions or like a yacht or super expensive
Yep.
helicopters and stuff. If you go back to the old West, like what are you just upgrading horses and like better
Yeah,
weapons,
belt
I guess?
buckles, weapons, your outfits. Like they have like a battle pass that once you complete it, you get like exclusive cosmetic items and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. My guy is pretty plain Jane right now. I think I have a repeating rifle and a 6 shooter, and that's about it. So
So
I
as
spend all
far
my
as
money
my
if I'm
it's my
go ahead.
last thing. As far as like buying like a house or a ranch, is that something that you're like trying to save up millions of dollars for so you can have this like ranch, or you always just kind of have like a campsite with some tents and trailers? Like, is that
I
stuff
don't
all
know.
upgradable or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because Toast has like a whole hideout place with like a bar and a casino and bedrooms and
Okay.
stuff.
So yeah, it follows GTA Online pretty
Yeah,
similarly.
I
Then
think
it
you can own businesses and stuff like that, kind of like GTA is.
okay. So I mean, yeah, I guess the parallels there make sense, but to me, the GTA Online is just so much more intriguing because it's like
Right.
modern, so you can have so many new things back in the West. Like you're kind
Yeah.
of limited, I guess.
You
Yeah,
can
you
also
can,
put them all close together, can't you? Whereas I suppose it's a little bit harder in the Wild West because theoretically
right.
you want to be
Well,
out.
Spread out a little
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
In GTA, they can, let their minds run wild. They can bring aliens in if they want. Or,
DeLoreans.
yeah, flying motorcycle rocket ships.
Yep.
But, that just does not fit in too well in the old West scene. So
So I think
it's, go
when
ahead.
GTA Online started, like the DeLorean probably came like a couple years later. Like once they were running out of ideas, you think you're gonna get like rocket propelled horses like a couple years down the road here?
We can only hope.
Right.
So, yeah,
Back
I
to
don't
the
know.
future.
It's fun. I'm not sure how long I'll last. I'm trying to keep my streak going for a little while at least and level up a couple of the different trades and, just see where it goes.
See if that pays off down the road. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because it's basically just a make money game, and that's kind of the same way in Sea of Thieves. I've got like over 1 million in gold because
You just gotta spend it.
I don't care about the money. So what's the point?
It's more of a social thing for you than anything
Exactly.
else. Yeah, makes sense. Seems like that type of game would be good for that.
Yeah.
Just saddling up with 5 other people, or how big can the parties be? Like
I think
6?
you can get like 10 or 12.
Oh,
But
so
I'll
they can be
double
pretty
check.
big. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's a cool thing to just kind of get everybody together and
just wreck servers.
go have some fun. Sweet.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll go next and talk about a game that has taken the streaming world by storm. I want to talk about Valorant for a second. Valorant is not a game that I intended on playing, let alone enjoy. So it was a nice surprise this weekend. I sat down with Shopa for it was maybe a couple hours. The games are actually really long in that. It's first one to 13. And
Wow.
the rounds are, at least what we were playing, it's just like search and destroy from Call of Duty. It's like a bomb that you have to plant. You're defending 2 or 3 spots, and then you go on offense and defense. You kind of switch, protect, and try to plant, that kind of stuff. So that's all pretty basic. It does the Counter-Strike thing where you're earning money depending on what you're doing, and then before each round you have a like a store to buy different weapons, buy armor, all that kind of stuff. So if you're doing well, your team's doing well, you're accruing all this money, and then in between rounds you can buy actual weapons for the next round, if that makes sense. Otherwise you just have a standard pistol, no body armor. And then on top of that, it's also kind of a hero shooter mixed in, where there's the base. It's a free to play game, so you have 5 characters for just buying or having like the standard version. Then I think you can unlock 5. I think there's 5 more characters, so the whole roster is 10 right now. But each one of them has different powers, and it's very much like Overwatch, where you can't have 2 of the same characters. So like as people are selecting characters, you'll see them disappear, and then you kind of just get stuck with the leftovers. The one guy that I was using a bunch had his like special. It was a bow that would shoot a little like homing beacon that would, like a UAV, I guess, that would light up people on the map depending on where he shot. And then his ultimate was like Hanzo from Overwatch, where he just fires this thing that goes through like walls and can kill anyone that's in the path of it. And that was just the one dude. I played with another girl who had like a boost that would shoot her forward really far. So if you need to like get across a doorway or something like that, her mobility was really high compared to the other characters I played. So it's a strange mix of CSGO and Overwatch, 2 games that I never really played. CSGO and Overwatch, it was way too much of a team game, I think, that I never really got into it, because if you're not playing the right classes and you're trying to play competitively, you just get stomped.
Sure.
So but the weirdest and biggest thing here is that it's not controller supported, and it's only on PC at the moment. So this was my
That's what
first.
Benny says in chat. He said he's doing terrible. He wants to know how bad you suck because it's only mouse and keyboard.
Okay, yeah. So here it is. I think we played 3 games. My first game, I went 7-9. Then it was 9-7, and I think like 10-5 or something. So not terrible, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming it also is putting me into, because I'm not ranked
right?
or anything.
Yeah.
And it's all skill-based matchmaking. So I'm assuming I was just playing against other noobs at this point. Shopo was using a Smurf account that had never played, so it was like his backup account, so we weren't getting screwed. Well, and the reason this happened, which is weird, is that his default account is in Europe, and for some reason you can't play with people from other countries in your party right now. So it was set up in Europe, so he couldn't play with me. I was in the US. His backup account is in the US for some reason. So he had to like send in a ticket to get his normal account fixed. But as far as I know, you can't actually squad up with like I couldn't play with Chocolate right now.
That's really funky.
That's how I understand it. That's how Shopa laid it out for me. How, if there's a workaround maybe or something, that might be a thing. But yeah, it's if you're into like team-based games, this one, it's super polished. It runs really well. Everything, like it's a AAA game for sure. Riot obviously are the people that made it, so it's gonna be good. But yeah, if you're into Overwatch, you're into CS:GO. I do the whole CS:GO thing with the buying weapons with your money in between rounds. Like I had never really experienced that in a multiplayer game like this, so that was pretty sweet. Not something I was used to, but a lot of fun. You find some weapons you like, and
Get
go
to
do
use
it.
them.
Can you then
how
mod
much
those weapons outside of the match? So can you put different scopes on them, or are there scopes?
So they all seem to have a default, like reticle or a default sight. With Counter Strike, a lot of people just fire from. Or I think the only way you can play in Counter Strike, maybe, don't really know what I'm talking about at this point. But I think that's all hip fire. So you just have your main little reticle, but you're never actually aimed down sights unless you're sniping, I think. So like Shopa doesn't play. He never aims down sight in Valorant. But like me, just Call of Duty is in my brain. I'm like peeking corners, aim down sights. So you can play both ways. As far as modding it outside of game, the only thing you're doing there is skins, and that's how they're going to make their money, is selling gun skins, character skins, that kind of stuff. And I also didn't dive into that shop. I'm not sure if it's loot boxes or if it is a la carte. Just kind of pick what you want and go. Hopefully a la carte.
Right.
But yeah, there's if you've got patience and you want to try to learn a new game, and if you're like me and trying to learn mouse and keyboard here, it might not be the best place down the road, because I'm sure I'm about to start getting smoked once we get our placements and have to start fighting people that are on the same skill level, especially if Shopa's playing it by himself all the time. I'm just going to be screwed. But
He's just gonna have to play on the burner account with you.
yeah, right. Like this is just your account to play with me, and that's it. It's a very good game though, if that's what you're looking for, and definitely give it a shot if you're interested.
Sweetness.
Sounds good. I hope it
And
comes to console.
Which client is it on?
It's their, I
They have
think
their own?
it's their own client. Yeah, I have to
Okay.
like click on Valorant on my desktop. I'm sure
Gotcha.
Riot Game. It's probably the Riot Games launch or whatever it is. I'm not a PC. I couldn't
You're
tell
not
you.
a PC. That is correct.
Just Google Valorant, click some things, and then it just shows up on your desktop eventually, and you just double click that, and everything starts, and it's fine. It's perfect.
clicky till it shows up, huh?
A lot of clicky.
Got it.
Yeah. So Valorant, good game. All right, Chocolate. Coming back to you. You said you were gonna dive into some children's games this week. It looks like you dove into at least one of them. Minecraft Dungeons. How's your baby's first dungeon crawler going?
I was very pleasantly surprised.
Good.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I would say the beginning, kind of the prologue to starting until you get into the next world, level, area, city. We'll go with city. Yeah, it was a bit
Slow to start.
shackled. I think you could feel very shackled. Whereas as you progress through, with the power ups, finding the extra weapons and it opening up slightly, it felt a lot better. So I watched a few streams of Minecraft Dungeons, and I always saw people have like the map in their screen while they're walking, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" I managed to do that on my computer, which was fantastic, and I knew where I was going. It was really good.
Oh, it syncs up with your.
Well, so you can bring up your map as you're walking through or playing the game. So you'll have the map. I think it's you press down or is it up? One of them, and it will have.
superimposes it over the screen.
Yeah, so you can sit. You can kind of see and say, "Oh, I haven't gone all the way left and around to see if there's another chest
Right.
down this end." It does help with the aspect of trying to find more loot.
That makes a
Kinda
lot
like
of
Diablo
sense.
has.
Yeah, but when I first saw it watching it stream, it just confused the hell out of me, and I was obviously
When you were just
get that
talking
off my
about it, I
screen.
thought you meant it was like a secondary like side app or something.
No.
Oh god,
That
God,
makes
would
more
be
sense.
brilliant. That would really help if it was a on a
It's
side
just an
screen.
overlay on top of the
Yeah,
screen.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah. Rocker
yeah.
in chat says it's down on the D-pad if you're trying
Down,
to get
yeah.
to that.
Yeah, I knew it was something. And yeah, Ladonian's right as well. They do throw out a few achievements, so I was happily playing for a little bit longer than I should have. But yeah, it's a really good game. I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that some of the weapons that you pick up, change. I think I managed to pick up. I mentioned to you guys, a firecracker, which I was able
Right.
to shoot, and then it would give, as I said, surrounding damage, but I didn't mean
So
surrounding damage.
you said
You
it
got
will
it,
not
Bear.
give surrounding damage.
Yes,
We all
yes.
knew exactly what you meant. Don't worry.
Area
Exactly.
of effect.
Yes.
Area of effect was the words I should have said. What I typed was complete rubbish. But yeah, it gives a good area of effect damage. But yeah, it's really, really good. I like the little skins that they put on your little blocky character.
Like when you get the wolf armor, how he
Right.
has like a wolf suit of armor.
Yeah, and it looks. So I've hate people who've listened to this podcast for a long time. No, I hate like Minecraft and just how it looks.
Wow.
But it looked really, really good, and I was really impressed with how
It
the
does.
wolf
I
armor.
think it's because of how zoomed out the camera is.
Yeah, I
Kind of
mean,
like helps it out a little bit. Like if that
definitely.
was first person, I don't think you'd be having fun, or you wouldn't enjoy the way it looked at least.
Yeah, and it's amazing the amount of detail they can get into it with that kind of pixelated.
Just blocks.
Yeah, you could see the head, or as the kind of the mouth of the wolf kind of came across here, and the tail coming down, and the ears. It really good, really good. So yeah, I really did enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to playing it again. I think there's
Were you playing solo?
yeah, did solo, which is
Okay.
probably not the best idea in the world, but
Get Mama Bear to play with you.
yeah, but I'm playing far too early in the morning for her to play. I'm hoping that so my son at the moment is playing or is trying to play Marvel Lego. Yeah, the first one. Super. I can't
Marvel.
remember what it's.
I think it's superheroes. I think is what
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah.
So at the moment, all he can do is go around in a circle. So once he cracks kind of going from A to B, that's when I'll try and get him on Minecraft and we can team up together.
There you go. Just start up some of those easy levels where it's kind of like,
Yep.
yeah, just hit this X button to
Yeah.
swing your sword over and over.
Well, exactly, and I'm hoping that even if he dies, it doesn't matter. I can keep progressing, and he can just
Right.
die in the corner while I save the world.
Great.
How does that work? I don't remember when I was playing with my wife. Like, there's a certain extent to where the map will only go so far, right? So if he gets stuck in a corner somewhere, you're gonna have to like come back and be like, dude, come
Oh,
up this way. Come on.
I don't.
yeah,
I don't think
can't.
so. I think
No?
because I
Okay.
think that's why they have the teleport mechanic. Like when I was playing, Waterloo had stumbled into like one of those side dungeons and it was in a completely different area than us. So I don't think there's any limit on how close or far away you can be.
I hope I can be the dominant force though, and kind of bring him, kind of rubber band him to me all the time. Otherwise, I'll be going to places that we shouldn't be
Yeah.
going at all.
It may be a little different with couch co-op though, because you're sharing a screen.
Yeah, true.
Oh, it wasn't split screen.
No.
Okay. I mean, yeah,
That's a
that
point.
would definitely make a difference then.
Yeah.
And there was one point where I got stuck on one side of a barrier in like one of those dungeons, and she got stuck on the other side, and we just could not figure out how to
Turned it into a
get
puzzle
both
game on
people.
accident.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, dude. It's like, okay, you have to turn off this light switch to turn on this light switch to. It's
Oh,
all right. Just restart the level.
That's funny.
but it's a good game. Even playing alone, like I said, I did have loads of fun. So I can imagine playing with friends even better.
Yeah. Definitely a good way to play it, especially since it does hold 4 people as well. So you can actually get a decent little crew out there hacking away at zombies and skeletons and
Spiders.
spiders, all the other evil creatures in the
Oh, those-
Minecraft world.
Those spiders are a pain in the bum.
Yep.
The amount of times I got shot with their web and just kind of stuck there, and it doesn't kind of give you a prompt to say
prompt,
whether
like,
you have to
Click A,
go,
click
you
A,
know,
click A, click A. To get
yeah,
out.
or use your analog stick left and right,
Wiggle
left
it
and
back
right,
and
just
forth, right.
exactly.
It's like Doom Bear. You just got to keep moving so that you never get stuck in a spider.
That's
True.
what I learned until all the spiders came on me. I think I went to I tried it on level 2, one of the missions, and
Right.
yeah, that was challenging.
It
Alone,
gets you, early on, just make sure you have your like highest power level stuff. Like, don't start
Yeah.
optimizing things. I talked about it when we talked about it originally, but you can't really start optimizing things until you're towards the end of the game. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're just gonna want your most powerful items because they're gonna do the most base damage. So
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
All-
it is a
all
good
in all.
game. I agree.
All in all, it's a good game. Play it.
Glad you liked it.
Yeah.
I
No,
thought
stuff.
you were just gonna this was gonna be the chocolate hates game
Yeah.
segment, but it's not.
No. We could roll on to Pokemon, but I don't think we've got enough time for that.
Yeah, you can talk about. We'll let you get a little further than
Yeah.
13 minutes into the game, and you can talk about it next week.
Yeah, I need to play a little bit more.
You can give us a tease though. Which starter Pokemon did you pick?
Oh, a Score Bunny.
Score Bunny.
Creepy
Score-
one. Yeah.
The, the one who turned super creepy a couple
Well-
evolutions in.
The other two looked just rubbish, but I found out that I should have gone with, was it
The leaf
one in
one.
the tree? Yeah, whatever it is.
All I'm saying is I wouldn't send my kids to the park with that bunny bear.
No. Moving swiftly on.
Ooh,
Moose, you're playing a new Kart Rider. It's literally called Kart Rider Drift.
Yes, it is.
It's in beta right now. What's going on with this one?
It's the new Xbox kart racing game that is coming out here pretty soon. So, excuse me. Sorry about that. So, yeah, it's the new game coming out on Xbox that's supposed to be in comparison to Crash Team Racing and Mario Kart. It's, Microsoft's kart racing game. And I played it mouse and keyboard. I don't suggest
Oh,
anybody
boy.
do that. Yes.
That's weird. I feel like even like PC Master Race people would probably tell you that racing games are more fun with a controller, right? Just
Right.
because of the
And it
analog
doesn't-
stick.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like it would be that difficult. But then I switched everything because I'm left-handed. So I did the, WASD for my steering, and then shifting control with my right hand. But it just doesn't feel good. It
Just
doesn't.
hurt my brain having you say that. So yeah.
Yeah. So I moved the left, right, up, and down controls to, the controls of the car. It's basically how you would do on any other shooter, and you'd have
Okay.
the mouse in your right hand.
Right.
So that's where I moved those controls, and then the shift and control were my items as well as the drift function. And I don't like the drift function at all in this game.
Isn't that like the point?
that's the premise of the whole game
Right.
of
Makes or
drifting.
breaks the game, right? So you've got to start drifting, spin yourself in the right direction of whichever way the corner comes out of, and then you've got to hit the forward on the thing again. So in order to get that boost out of your drift, you've got to hit an actual button as opposed to it, automatically kicking in for you. So it's a lot along the lines of Crash Team Racing. So I
Okay.
think if I plug my controller in or actually played it on the Xbox,
Probably have a better time.
yeah, I think it would be might be a little bit of a better time. But there's really nothing in this game that makes it stand out.
From
or
other
I-
kart
better.
racers.
Yeah,
So when I played it, I felt it was a massive kind of clone of Mario Kart.
yeah. Well,
Like
if
the
you've ever
the
played
very
Crash Team-
first.
you played Crash Team Racing, it's like almost like a spitting image of it.
Oh, okay. I played this at XO19 and I really enjoyed it. I had some fun with it. It was me and actually Super Kate. We went and lined up for God knows how long and played it. It was a good fun.
The is this the one that was presented with like professional like esport players or whatever? Like they were professional kart racers or something?
Is it Japan? I think it's
Yeah,
over that end of the world that it's like really really popular and massive, and they're bringing
So
it over
weird.
over to
Okay.
this side of. Oh, it's crazy.
All right. So it might take some getting used to, Moose, but
Yeah,
might
Did
might
you
be a
ever-
payoff at the end.
right. Did you ever load it up at all?
I haven't even downloaded it yet.
Yeah. So I made it through like most of the tutorials all the way up to like the advanced one, and then I played like 3 or 4 online races, and I think the best I did was like 5th.
Is it strictly online? There's no like campaign or like levels you have to knock off.
There's like a single player mode, but I don't think there's a whole lot to it from what
Okay.
I get so far.
All right.
So as far as I know, it's pretty much just an online racer.
Well, it's also in beta, right? So
Right.
Yeah,
might
this is their third beta they've dropped.
third beta.
I think so. It's getting close to
Yeah.
release or finished at this point.
It seemed pretty polished though, and everything. Like seemed ready
Yeah.
to go. Just maybe a few
Yeah.
features that might get added or something.
And it's also, the tracks make it too. And I didn't, dive
True.
in too deep to see the different tracks. So, it could have some really awesome tracks, which will obviously make that game better than, stand above the other ones. So,
Right. Is there any like differentiation between karts or like the people using the carts, like kind
Yeah,
of like
'cause
a lot of other
there's
games.
yeah, and there's different game modes. So there's like a race mode. So then you have your racing carts, and they also have cycles, just like Mario Kart. And then they have a collection mode or an item hunting mode where you're just trying to collect things and mess up everybody else's day, or battle mode essentially. And they
Perfect.
have specific vehicles for those too. So like one of them I have is like a turtle that you just, they hauled out the back of his shell, and that's where you sit and drive. And there's another one that
Perfect.
looks like the Easter Bunny kind of. So they're definitely weird.
Yeah, so you're not getting like Microsoft first party, like Master Chief isn't driving these
Yeah,
around.
not yet, but I wouldn't put it past them for sure.
Okay. I would say if this is going to compete with Mario Kart, which has all of Nintendo's IP, and
Right.
CTR, which had, well, it's Crash.
PlayStation for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, like, needs something. Are the characters named in this or anything?
I think it's like an individual, you just make your own guy and then you can.
Oh, and then it's
Yeah.
just the different carts.
They
Exactly.
they do have named
Gotcha.
characters, default characters.
If you
And
wanted to use those.
yeah, I've got the pins in the bedroom. I would bring it out, but my wife's asleep. But I can't think of the names of them. I
Okay.
picked up a few while I was there.
Yeah. But for the beta, you just start out as, create your own type
Yourself,
character,
yeah.
and there's like 3 or 4 different to choose from.
So
And
that
that's
instead
about
of
it.
grabbing like Toad and being a super agile, quick one, you might just grab a cart that's a little
Right,
smaller but
exactly.
speedier or something.
Yeah, and you can modify your wheels. You can,
Right.
there's
Stuff you'd
different things within
expect.
the carts that you can
Okay.
accessorize and customize. So
Gotcha.
it's a kart racer.
Cool.
Yep.
And not a bad one so far.
I
Not
can't-
not a great one, not a bad one. Just kind of
Yeah,
middle of the
yeah.
road for now.
right there in the middle.
Right there in the middle. Perfect. All right. I dabbled a little bit in a game that came out years ago at this point called Don't Starve. It's a survival game. Weird. Been playing a lot of DayZ. I was just kind of looking for more ways to
Waste time.
waste time. Yeah, and just anger
You need
myself.
children so bad.
What did you say?
I said you need children so bad so you can start spending your time on good games because your time will be limited.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, if you're not familiar, this is it's a isometric survival game where you have one life. When you die, you're starting over, just taking the knowledge that you've gained from past levels and just seeing how long you can survive. As far as I can tell, there's not like an end goal, as far as I know. But I'm learning to, like, each run I've made, I've kind of learned what things to craft, I guess, and where I can find food, that kind of thing. And then what happens, it's a day-night cycle. So you have half the day, or half of like the cycle is daytime, where everything's like happy and peaceful and great. And then even when it goes to nighttime, which is like maybe 30% of it, that's still not bad. You just can't really see unless you have a light source. That's really the only thing that changes. But then the last like 20% of your cycle is like pitch black, and if you leave a fire source, you just get killed by the darkness. There's like creatures out there, so you need to have light on you all the time. And you can sleep through the night, because you can build things. I think it's like a sleeping bag that you can build and just sleep through it, so you don't have to deal with that. But if you were hungry or anything, you could, like, I slept through the night, woke up, immediately died because I didn't feed myself before I went to bed. But it's very much one of those games, like a survival game, where you have your hunger gauge, you have your stamina gauge, but you even have a sanity gauge in this, because of the type of game it is, and the art style that they chose to go with. There's a lot of like weird creatures and stuff that you can see. Like those are some of the elements that you're battling besides the weather and the time of day, that kind of thing. And if you see enough or fight enough of these creatures or get too close to the darkness, your sanity meter does go down. I haven't died from that or seen any effect of that, but I'm assuming there's some type of weird gameplay thing where if I go crazy, it's obviously not gonna end well for me.
Wow, that's really weird.
Did you kill any beefaloes?
I haven't run into a beefalo yet, no, but I heard that that's what you want to stay away from.
No, you need to kill them and eat them.
I I saw something that somebody put a tip, like when you want to build your base, make sure it's near a beefalo but not too far, because you want their manure, because they're constantly pooping, and the manure helps obviously building like gardens and growing crops and stuff. So it's a survival game.
Got to stay close to the poop pile.
Gotta stay close to the poop pile. That's
Talk about
clearly
getting
what
your
I've been doing
hands
with my time.
Muddy.
Hanging out by the poop pile.
Hanging out by the poop pile.
Wasting your time.
Yeah, it's a fun game though. The Switch version I think I got it on sale, but I think normally it's like 15, and it has everything. There's 2 expansions. One's a whole different island. I think it's called Shipwreck, where you're on like a deserted island this time, and it's all different items and foods and that kind of thing. But then the other one, which I'm not going to remember, Reign of Giants, maybe? It's something weird like that. But that adds a temperature gauge as well, so you can freeze to death or overheat. So if you're looking to really get punished, you can turn that on. It's like a toggle. So you can toggle that on and then have more things to worry about. You don't have to worry about pooping or peeing, though, so that's cool. It's not too hardcore.
I got a game for you to check out.
Oh, what is it?
It's called Atomic Crops, and it kind of sounds like it's right up your alley these days. So it's like a mix between Stardew Valley and a survival game. So you've got to plant all your crops and fertilize them and stuff during the day, and then at night all these monsters try to come and take your plants and eat your plants, and you have to defend them.
Sounds like we're mixing games I like together.
And if you buy it, you should get it on the Switch so I can play it too.
Atomic Crops?
Yeah, Atomic Crops.
Okay. Just shoot me the name of that in Discord or something, and I'll give it a look-see.
I got it right here.
Sounds
Moose, have you already picked it up?
No, I haven't. That's why I'm telling him to get it.
Yep, this makes sense. I'll enjoy it. You'll play it for
like the last 2 Switch games, didn't I?
probably.
I don't know.
My sugar daddy.
I just gotta quit spending money, or my wife's gonna kick me out. She told me.
Chocolate's in the same boat, so it's cool.
Yeah, I've been spending on the Switch as well. Those sales are unbelievable.
I look because you had mentioned that there was a big sale going on, so I clicked into it, and when you go through the website, like on a computer, it tells you how many deals there are, and it was like 300 or something. Just absurd. Like, speaking of survival games, The Flame and the Flood, I think, was on sale for like $4 or $5 or something. Like, the soundtrack for that game alone is worth $5. So if you are interested in any way, shape, or form in survival games, they do have ways that they have checkpoints in that game in a certain mode as well. So you can kind of save your progress, which is nice and kind of unusual for that kind of game, where you can go back to said checkpoint and continue going from there. But yeah, that game's really good. And I think, like I said, $4 or $5 right now in the eShop. So
there's a ton of good games on sale right now. I think Moonlighter's under $10.
Yeah, Moonlighter I think was $9.99. I saw that. I was like,
Mark of the Ninja, I think I picked it up for £4, so it's probably $5. Awesome. There's so many good games.
That's a good one.
It's kind of like the E3 sale is going on right now, even though E3's not
happening.
The COVID sales. It's the COVID sales.
Yeah, right. The Steam summer sale, I think, is actually in a week from this Tuesday, from the day this is dropping. So that'll have all sorts of things if you're playing on PC at all.
Yeah, right. There goes all the monies.
Who needs money? We're all just staying at home anyways, right?
Right, and nobody has to pay their mortgages anymore, right? Because it's COVID season.
I mean, I think you have to pay it eventually. All right. Anybody else have anything that they want to touch on? Any of the usual suspects? Catch us up. You good?
No, I'm struggling to get my battle pass up in Warzone, but you know, my squad likes to play super late, so I'm usually fighting going to bed by the time they're getting on at 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. So,
where are you at in that?
I'm like 70.
Oh wow.
Oh, so you still have a ways.
Yeah, I just want to get to like 74, I think, to get my next 100 coins and
something.
I got next
so
battle pass covered. Yeah,
gotcha.
Exactly. That's all I really shoot for every battle pass, is to get enough to pay for the next one.
I mean, if there's one thing to shoot for, I mean, that's not a bad one, right?
Right.
So,
Best one.
and I know the next season of COD got pushed actually. So,
Yep. Lots of things did.
yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking about that soon enough.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Well, before we get into the news, did quickly want to touch on Game Pass Roulette. We're currently playing Golf with Friends. This is a Game Pass challenge month. So you beat the 3 hosts. You take home the pot that is now $20 because it rolled over from the last Game Pass challenge month. Yeah. The game we're playing is Golf with Friends. You just need to play a round on the Oasis course. And then post your best score. As of now, go figure.
I'm looking right now. It's Rocker.
It's Rocker.
66.
Yeah.
Yep. He put up a 66.
I think I posted a 104 just to, get things moving. And then about 2 hours later, he's like, "How's the 66 sound?"
Well, it sounds good enough that I've played at least 3 or 4 rounds since then and haven't come close.
I am
So
so frustrated with hole number 5. I want to smash something.
yeah, and it's kind of like I'm forgetting things that I'm learning each like from round to round. So it's kind of we're gonna figure it out. The 3 of us should just go golfing at some point, and
We need to.
I'll go first. Moose can try to perfect it, and then by the 3rd time when Chocolate goes, boom.
I
hole
just
in
I want
one.
to know, like, are all these holes? Can you get a hole in one on them?
I
You
don't-
must do. I
you
would
think
imagine
so?
there is.
If you take the shortcut, then there's no chance at a hole in one. But I don't know. I haven't tried to blast it all the way around yet to see if, because it usually flies off the map before it goes.
I would say
anywhere
there's
else.
also a lot of weird things where you might be able to like smash a ball so hard that it like bounces off a tree in the background and then just lands in the hole somehow. Like I bet you
Yeah.
there's a way.
There's got
Yeah.
to be the way that company do games. There's got to be some sort of like fun, zany way of going through. So Team 17 are very good at kind of the ridiculousness of
Right.
games.
So, but even if there is like a weird way to get hole in ones, like the chance of you hitting all of those in the same round, slim to none.
Yeah.
Slim to
Yeah.
none.
No, I'm thinking like even if you can get like a 36, that would be an amazing score on this course.
I mean,
2
cutting
on
his in
every
half.
hole.
He's in Rocker's in chat right now. He said, "I'm waiting for the rebuttal." So I wonder if that means he's got another screenshot sitting
Yeah,
around
right.
because he beat his score already. Great.
Yeah,
We're gonna
don't
have
worry.
to step up our game.
I'll be coming for
our
it.
money.
I'll be
right.
getting it. Don't worry.
Chocolate's taking care of it. You heard it here first, folks.
Just need to play the game. Just need to load
Just
the
need
game
to
up.
re-download it. All right, guys. So yeah, golf with friends on the Oasis. Send us your screenshots of your best round. I will also say, unless somebody has a different way to do this, you have about a 10, maybe 15-second window at the end of your hole before it sends you right back to the main screen. So you have to get that screenshot taken in that small amount of time. One of the first rounds I did, I was just going to take a screenshot for fun or whatever. Looked up and I was already back at the main menu because it sends you back there immediately. Well, not immediately, after those like 10 seconds. It's not like hit A to go back to the main menu. So that it will kick you back. So just make sure that you screenshot quickly after you finish your round.
Or record it, and that records the last 30 seconds of your clip. Then get your
There you go.
cellular device out and take a screenshot.
All sorts of different ways to do it. Just make sure you get it done before you get kicked back. If you put up a 33 and then you send us a message that says, well, I couldn't grab the screenshot. Well,
Pixar
Wah,
didn't
wah,
happen,
wah.
bruh.
I'm not sure that it happened.
That's right.
All right, so that's Game Pass Roulette for the month of June. Next up, let's get into some news. All right, Moose, what is going on in the news this week?
Oh, let's see.
Is there anything?
Not a ton. So last week, any of our worldwide listeners that may not be privy to what's going on here in the States, everything just kind of shut down for the week, and people hit the streets to protest for Black Lives, basically, because there was a video that came out Memorial Day, it was, of a man named George Floyd that was in handcuffs and had 3 cops sitting on top of him for over 8 minutes and ended up dying right there in the street in front of a bunch of people, and it was caught on video. And Shortly after that, the city of Minneapolis, where it took place, rioted, and they burned down the police precinct. They were absolutely very angry, as they should be, and it kind of just sparked a whole new movement of Black Lives Matter, and it's gaining speed and it is getting traction and it's making some changes, which I think are well overdue. It's time to stop sweeping things under the rug and, you know, try to address some of the systemic racism that goes on, not just in the United States, but all over the world. And, I think us across Atlantic Gaming are in total support of that movement.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
definitely.
But because of all this, we got plenty of delays.
Yes, sir. So anybody that had anything planned out of respect, basically, as I think they should have postponed it for last week and basically just wanted all eyes where they should be. And I think that was a big thing to do from all these companies, mostly white, to support the people of this country. And let's see, EA had a Madden unveiling scheduled for Monday. I know PlayStation had a big reveal that was supposed to be like over an hour long of a bunch of games. They postponed it as well. Kind of Funny Games Daily was doing a Guerrilla Games showcase on Saturday, but they as well did a postponement and basically just told everybody to turn their eyes towards what's going on right now. And, we're in history. So,
It seemed like every company kind of literally followed suit within
right.
some within a short window.
Absolutely.
Others maybe a day late or later than should have done, but they have all literally just followed suit now.
Yep. But this is a worldwide movement that, I think needs to gain traction, and we need to be respectful and just be kind to everybody. That's not too much to ask. And, I think it was kind of a perfect storm of everybody being pent up in their houses for the last 2 months, and then everybody just seeing this and being so angry that they had to take to the streets. And like I said, just be kind. Everybody's fighting some sort of battle. You don't know what it is. So just be kind to people. Love your neighbor, love your brother. Just do good to the world. That's what we need right now.
Agreed.
So, other than that, Sega being in Japan kind of had no idea, or maybe they just didn't care. So they did have some news last week. Um, First was the Game Gear Mini. Did you guys see this? These things, I suppose.
How small are those things?
I need to
Oh,
look them up because I apparently missed this.
Yeah, there's a tweet, and you see a hand, and then you see, I swear to God, probably a fun size candy bar. That's
Oh
about the
my
size.
god.
right.
Literally.
Yeah,
Yep.
like the thumb pads are bigger than the screen, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like literally. Hold on. It's like the size of a credit card. It would
Yeah.
fit right
yeah.
here. Like,
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
it's tiny.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you for that comment, Rorka.
it's big enough to wow, that was a good one. I think we should leave that one on the comments though. But yeah, it basically is big enough to fit three AA batteries, and that's it. And
Yeah.
there's four different ones, and they're gonna charge you the mighty low price of $50 each
Wait,
Holy
of
hell.
the yeah of
wait,
the
wait. There's a
Game
kicker
Gear.
coming.
Yeah,
What?
it gets better.
Okay.
So, and they all have four games on them each. So, if you want all 16 games, you got to buy all four units. But if you do buy all four units, here's the deal, the steal of a deal. You can pay another $50 and get a magnifying glass for the screen. So, $250, the super mega bundle deal will get you all four games and a microphone or a microscope or a what did I call it? Magnifying glass. I'm sorry.
Magnify. Did they steal that off the old Game Boy, where you
I
could,
have
or
no
the Game Boy?
idea.
Yeah, you could stick it on the color.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it had a light and
That. What?
so yeah, if you want, or you could go buy an Xbox too, if you're into that. So
There's a lot of things you could do instead of that. Holy.
Yep.
That's
The thing
nuts,
is,
dude.
yeah,
they were, was it for a week or less than a week? They were building up or ramping up to this big, huge Sega reveal.
that wasn't the news bear. the news was. I'll just go ahead and move on to the next story. That was Sega Fog Gaming. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
It's huge news. So basically, they figured out how to um, basically was xCloud from video arcade machines so that people can keep playing the arcades once they close. So they use the arcade machines, GPUs, and CPUs as the backbone to stream the games outside to people at home if they want to, keep feeding those machines. So
Right.
that's their giant news is fog gaming. It's not cloud gaming, but it's
Fuck
fog
gaming.
gaming. So I'm excited for that. Can't wait to play. I don't know, Counter Strike. What is that game? Crisis. There we go. Time
Time
Crisis
Crisis.
17
Yeah.
from comforts of my couch.
Yeah, I guess.
As of right now, it's just a Japanese thing. So
I still can't get over
the
the balls
mini-
that these people have on them. That, like, I guarantee you, they don't even include 3 AA batteries in that
Oh
thing.
hell no!
Like, the cost for a piece of plastic that is this, like, that thing probably costs like 13 cents to make.
Yeah, and I believe that the battery life is about 3 hours.
No, so the same as the original Game Gear and original
exactly.
Game Boy.
Battery sucker,
The amount of money this thing's going to cost you if you don't have rechargeable batteries as well. Whew.
right?
Yikes. 4 games for $50 on a thing that is 3 batteries tall.
It literally looks like, remember those old like Tiger game things that just would have like the little pictures that would show up, like it was
The cheap,
football.
the
Yeah,
cheap games that you would buy, that you would get from your mum and dad. That they
right.
would say, "Here you go," and it was only one game only.
Made that cheap beeping sound. Yeah,
Yeah.
baseball. Doug knows what's up in chat. I had football, and all you had to do was juke left or right or left or right until you got to the end zone. And I played that for hours, dude.
Oh my god.
That's
So yeah, Sega's killing the game right now.
Sega doesn't know what they're doing right now. It sounds like that's
Another
even if
tiny-
you put all 16 of those games on one of those things, you're still not talking $50.
Right.
Not even
Yeah.
close.
No, they could have fit all of 16 of those games on one machine, but why would they do that, right?
And they probably took their 4 best games and then put one on each. So if you
Oh, yeah.
wanted the 4 best games, you have to buy all 4.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they did. But 2 of them like have a bunch of just like Japanese only titles, and I believe these are only available in Japan right now. So I don't even know if they're coming to the U.S.
Okay. Either way.
But yeah,
Yikes.
that's Sega killing it. Wish they still had the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
So the other thing I had this week was there's a new Halo project possibly coming. So they're looking for a senior producer for the next Halo title. Who knows if that's going to be a spin-off or if that's going to be the next linear story. But they're hiring, so I guess we get more Halo stuff. That's pretty much all they said in the news for that. There is some things coming up this week that I want you guys to look for. On the 11th at 1 Pacific, 9 Bear time. So I think it's like 4 your time, right, Risky?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
4
That's gonna
p.m.
be the,
4 p.m. for me, yep.
Yep. On the 11th will be the PlayStation event. So that's 9 o'clock your time, Bear.
So that's the one that got rescheduled
Delayed.
then.
Yep.
So this is just
And-
Sony's big thing, which
Exactly.
I'm still expecting to be awesome. Except for, did you see the details about the stream?
No, I didn't. I know that like it leaks are out and stuff, but I'm not looking at it.
I just meant the actual quality of the thing. They're streaming it
30 frames.
at 30 frames, 1080p, and literally with the statement, it said something like, "These are gonna look way better on your PS5." Like, yeah, I'll take your word for it?
bro.
Question mark? What?
Why are they
Like-
doing that? That's strange.
Seriously, guys, you gotta believe me. It looks so good.
In the statement, they made it sound like everybody's been working from home, so the easiest way to make sure that everything goes right with this, because it's all being done remotely, was to drop the frames to make sure everything flows. But even with what was the announcement we just had for the Unreal 5 engine?
Right.
If you watched it live, it was at 1080 60, but then Unreal a couple hours later put
Release the
out
4K.
the actual 4K version, and it was just like,
Right.
oh, this is what this looks like. So
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll end up, like, even if it's the individual developers pushing out YouTube videos in 4K, which all of this content I'm assuming will be in 4K. So I would look for, if it doesn't look great during this thing, I would look for the individual, like look for Naughty Dog putting out a Last of Us 2 trailer or gameplay segment, whatever it's going to be, on their own YouTube channel in 4K at 60 frames, because it's real weird. It seems like a real underwhelming way to be showcasing your next gen console at 1080p 30 FPS, which is what we're playing at now. A lot of times still
60 is just hard to get, right? Because everybody's like, new console, it's still going to be at 30 frames for our game. Sorry, we tried.
I think this will be the generation that you see way more games at 60 as a standard. But yeah, even like the first example with Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, they already said it's going to be at 30 frames on the new Xbox. Like,
yep.
So,
and I think there's going to be more announcements like that coming up, that people are just, that this is the beginning of this console generation. So
exactly,
it's new to everybody. People don't know how to tweak and mess with stuff to enhance it yet. So
it'll be like a couple years in. That's when you'll start to see. Like, if you look at GTA 5 as a end of the 360 life cycle compared to the beginning of the 360 life cycle, how much better GTA 5 looks than every other game on that console. Like, you'll be dealing with the same exact thing years from now. But
that's like when the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 came out, when they revealed the Unreal 4 engine. There's things that they showed in that demo that guys are still not able to do with games. So
there's a false advertisement right there.
Well, it's just saying, we can do this in this short little segment, but in order to have this rendering
a
in
full-blown game,
the file size is just too big.
It's going to be 4 terabytes for this game.
Yeah,
good luck.
So get them hard drives ready, because we're going to need them, or whatever. What is Microsoft making us buy now?
Their own type of hard drive.
Go get your cartridges.
The old memory cards.
So, unless you guys got anything else you want to cover this week, that's the news.
Sounds good. Chocolate, were you about to say something?
No. There is hardly anything.
There's not much going on in the news. There's probably not much going on in new games coming out this week, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and I think things are gonna go back to somewhat normal this week, but I hope it just doesn't get swept under the rug. I think things are moving in the right direction. So let's keep it up. Be good people.
That's what it's all about. Moving to games out, I am looking, and to be honest, I can't pick anything else because they all look like turds.
Something you've already played, or just garbage.
Yeah, you've got. So I've got the lists up here. There's Greymore's DLC for Elder Scrolls Online.
And that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah,
Samurai Showdown on the PC.
So let me look at my Steam one. I mean, none of these jump out to me. So yes, see, I haven't even got Samurai Showdown on here. Is that the following?
It's out on the 11th.
Well, Rorka, you have done me again, because all I've got for
there's no website that just has all the games coming out. It's
no,
you gotta use like 5 different.
I've got Beyond Blue. But yeah, there's nothing major coming out at the moment.
Right.
I have a feeling in the next week or two we're going to see it roll a little bit better. I think
this is coming, so I need to get to the first one still. Dang it, my days are going away.
Next week, isn't it?
17th, I believe, is the release date for that one.
I've got that down as 14th.
I'm not even going to chime in over the date that I think it is. So.
No, 19th. It's got 19th here.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we're just going to change the name of this little part to major game releases coming out this week.
Chocolate doesn't have
games
a clue.
that might come out this week. How's that
sound? So yeah, that's it. Some DLC. Enjoy.
Sweet. If you're into Elder Scrolls Online, I think Kavaski's the only person I know that might even be dabbling in that.
Possibly. I'm sure there'll be a sleeper title dropping out, and I'll miss it, and everyone will just laugh at me. So
Something.
They'll let you know for sure in Discord.
So
Definitely.
Rocker's already trying to let you know in chat, so you're about to get another whole load of it in Discord.
Oh
So
yeah.
enjoy.
I can't wait to open that up tomorrow morning.
All right, let's plug this thing up. All right, so all of the links you're about to hear about, you can find all of them on streamerlinks.com/CAG podcast. That is links to literally everything and everywhere we are. If you want to keep up with us on a daily basis, come join us on Discord. Head to Apple Podcasts. Make sure to rate the podcast, leave a review. Obviously, the better reviews we get, the more exposure we have, and that's what we're looking for, right? Just open up some more ears to the Cross Atlantic Gaming. Excuse me. If you want to get in on the VIP action for next month, obviously we just had the episode today. But a month from now, if you'd like to get in on it, you can head on over to patreon.com/CAG podcast. We have a bunch of different tiers there. You can sub over there. You can be like our top tier contributor. That's a word. Chaotic, who obviously won the VIP drawing this week as well. So shout out to him. And then the other way that you can support the show and get into the VIP drawing is through twitch.tv/crossatlantic gaming. If you have a sub there, you get an entry there. And if you're in Patreon and Twitch, it's the buy two, get one free. You get a free entry into the drawing.
Right.
So you guys got another month before that episode rolls around again. If you want to find us on Twitter and Instagram, we're at CAG Podcast. The YouTube channel eventually is going to be youtube.com/CAG Podcast. 6 more subs, folks. 6. All
Remember,
6.
let me know what you want to see.
You can be one
That
of
sounded wrong.
these 6. Yeah, don't. Actually, I just hope you start getting some real weird requests in your inbox about videos that people want to see you create
Please.
some
on YouTube.
IRL stuff. Let's do some more smashing beers on your head and slamming them.
Yes. Haven't seen that in years.
I know. Bring back the chocolate challenge.
I'm
Chocolate call out, smash beers on my head. Ah!
damn it, it's glass.
Oh my god, just beer bottles.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a madman. And then lastly, if you need to reach out via email for anything, cagpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to find me, I am at Risky the Kid everywhere. Chocolate, how about you?
Chocolate about 80 everywhere.
And Moose.
And my golden aura behind me, Moosenstein 8314.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this week's episode of Cross Atlantic Gaming. We'll catch you guys next week for an all-new episode. Goodbye.
See ya.
Peace out.
This one's for you, Chocolate. You ready?
Bring it.
England doesn't have a kidney bank, but it does have a liver pool. That's a stupid English joke. You're welcome.
That was dreadful. Oh, right. I had to find a
Moose,
Joke.
I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I was.
There
Sorry.
you are.
Chocolate, how come King Tut didn't have fun on his summer vacation?
I can make this so rude it is ridiculous, but go ahead.
That's probably not the answer then. He was too afraid to relax because he would unwind.
Oh.
Thought it was because he missed his mummy.
Oh, that's a good one too. All right,
Um,
Chocolate, where do sheep go on vacation?
Barland? I don't know.
Bahamas.
Bahamas.
Damn, I just couldn't think of it. Why would a pig dress Oh God! Why would a pig dress in black and never get bullied?
Oh, chocolate. I don't know if we should do this joke.
What's
No,
the answer?
because Batman has sworn to protect Gotham.
Oh, jeez.
Do you want to try saying that joke again so I can edit it into something at the end of the podcast?
Why did Humpty Dumpty have a great fall?
Cause he was fat.
No, to make up for a terrible summer.
Yeah.
Boys Life has the best jokes.
Boys
Joey
Life. Is that still a magazine?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn. It's at least a website.
Website, yeah.
I stopped the recording, by the way.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, that one's even better. Barcelona.
Barcelona.
I like that too. I'll use it next week.
Yeah.
Same joke, different city.
Yeah.
Booyah.
Baltimore.
It's never going to end, is it?
No.
Bahrain.
Oh, do you really want a holiday in Bahrain?
Why not? I'm sure some people have fun there.
I don't know.
Right. I gotta go see if my children are alive.
I need to go to sleep.
So
I need to do something, I'm
pull
sure.
this stream down so I can get out of here.
All right. Bye, Twitch peeps. Thanks for showing up. Love you guys.
See ya. Thank you.
Mwah.